Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Veronica and I'm glad to welcome you to the online webinar How to Become a PAMM-account Manager. First, let's check the sound and video. If you can clearly see and hear me, then type the plus sign into the online chat. Then you will be able to watch this webinar until the end and ask questions in the online chat. Of course, after you log in to my Alpari, I wanted to tell you first of all this. Okay, today I'm going to speak with you about PAMM-account definition. We will find out what the key elements of the PAMM-account are. Also, I'm going to speak with you about the process of the PAMM-account work. And today we will speak about kinds and types of the PAMM-account. Also, I will describe you the main characteristics of the PAMM-account monitoring that you could tune your PAMM in accordance with the clients, what you want to attract to your PAMM. And in the end, what else? In the end, we will try to create a PAMM account and tune it. Okay, and let's begin with the first question: what the PAMM account is. And the PAMM account is a special trading account that can consist of an unlimited number of investment accounts. The manager opens a PAMM allocating a certain amount their initial funds at the manager's capital. Then the manager opens or creates a public proposal that investor could join his PAMM account. And then investors search for the PAMM account ratings to find the PAMM account where he would like to invest in. After that, manager begins trading using both his personal and investors' funds. In general, this is the process of the PAMM account works. Before we will open the slide with PAMM account elements, key elements, I want to give you a short history briefcase about the PAMM account service. It was launched by Alpari on the 21st of September 2008, and during this period of time, PAMM account have been selected by investors more than 40 countries around the world, and of course has a numerous prestigious awards. What else? A PAMM account service brings together the largest number of managers and more than 650,000 of investment accounts. Also, the trading volume exceeds $155 billion today. And now we are ready to move on to the next question: what the key elements of the PAMM account are. And first of all, manager's investment account. This is your personal account where all your funds are allocated. To create a PAMM account, you should invest, or you should deposit manager's capital. Manager's capital, this is the basic of the PAMM account as a whole. And manager's capital may not, can be $300, can be $500. It depends on the PAMM account's type. We will speak about it a little bit later. The PAMM account, as I said, is based on the manager's capital, and the manager's capital is a non-withdrawable balance that can be removed only after liquidation of PAMM account. Manager's capital can be increased but can't be decreased. And maybe if you see in the PAMM account ratings, the first group of the PAMM accounts contains accounts that have the PAMM account, the manager's capital more than $3,000. And this is condition for the PAMM account manager to take the place in the first group of ratings. Okay, The next one key element, this is investor's investment account, and here is no limitation. You can track as much as you can, I mean clients to your PAMM account. You can use your monitoring of the PAMM account. You can advertise your PAMM account in social networks. This is depends on you, how many investors will participate your PAMM. Okay, minimum amount for investment in any public PAMM account is $10, 10 euro or 10 GLD. The next one element, this is the manager's proposal. Manager's proposal is a public offer of cooperation terms between the manager and the investor. Manager's proposal may not exceed 50% of investor's profit. For example, investor brings to your PAMM $100 and the profit for the period comes to 10%. Meaning that in the investor's investment account there is $110. $10, this is the profit. Okay, and if you set your PAMM account proposal at 50%, meaning that half of $10, so this is your reward. $5 will go to your account. Manager's proposal could be multi-level or single-level. Single-level proposal works by the following rule. No matter how much money brings an investor, there will be a fixed reward percentage. 50%, 45%, 40%, 35%. This depends on your opinion, how much you want to receive for the successful trading. Okay, multi-level proposal works by the following rule. The greater the balance, the lower the reward percentage. In instance, we can say like this: if you if an investor brings between $10 and $100, he will pay about 50%. If he brings between deposit funds between $100 and $500, it's about 40%. If more than $500, it's about 30%, for example. Okay. The figures you can put yours, but remember, the greater the balance, the lower the percentage of reward. The next one key element is a request planner. A request planner can be accessed around the clock, and request planner works by the Eastern European time, EET. Today it's GMT +2. Or what is special in this parameter, in this element? Request planner contains 24 hours. Each hour is called rollover. Rollover can be opened and closed. In an open rollover, requests for depositing and withdrawal funds are executed, and information about all PAMM account parameters is updated. While in a closed rollover, there is only information is updated. Okay, minimum one rollover per day should be opened. This is the rule of the company. You can open 24 rollovers for depositing and withdrawal funds if your strategy is if it's in your strategy. Okay. If it's comfortable for you to receive more money every hour and give it back every hour. This is your decision in general. The next one element is the threshold. Threshold, this is the period of time from 1 to 30 minutes before an open rollover. if the request of your investor has hit the threshold, his request will be replaced at the next open rollover. For example, you set an open rollover at 11 a.m. Okay, and the threshold of 30 minutes, for example. That means all requests that are applied before 10 and 30 a.m. will be executed at 11 a.m. And all requests that are applied between 10 and 30 and 11 a.m. will be executed at the next open rollover. You have time to correct your position, you understand, yes? You have time to decide what to do in general, maybe to close some position, maybe to open more position if there was a big depositing on your PAMM account at 11 o'clock, okay? In general, the service is comfortable for investor, the same as for the manager. And the last one, key element, this is trading interval. This is the period of time after which calculation between you and investor are made automatically, meaning that your remuneration will be calculated and sent to your personal account or to your manager's investment account, depends on you, on your decision. And the net profit will stay on the investor's account. Okay, it may be a month, a quarter, or a half a year, and the trading interval begins with the date of investment. For example, I am your investor and I deposit your PAMM account today. And today is the 3rd of November 2017. And our training interval, my training interval, will end on the 3rd of December 2017 if you decide that your training interval is a month. Like that. In general, that's very simple. Just need to pay attention a little bit. Okay, here we are, and now we are going to the next one question. I want to speak with you about the main formulas of the PAMM account service, and first of all I want to give you a definition of a share. Share is a proportion of funds that was introduced by the participant of the PAMM account. You have a share inside your PAMM account, and your investors too have shares inside your PAMM account. Independence on funds that was introduced there. At the beginning, when the PAMM account is opened, the share price is equal to 100 units. It could be euro, dollars, or GLD. Let's write it on the board. Share price is equal to 1 unit. Okay, 100 unit. Dollars, euro, or GLD. Like that. And in the same time, the yield is equal to 0% because there wasn't trading. Let's draw a PAMM account graph. In this point, the rate of returns is equal to 0%, and in the same time, the share price is equal 100. Let's say dollars. How to understand how many shares do you have? To do this, you should use the formula. You should divide your balance on the share price at the moment of depositing PAMM account. For you as for manager, it's pretty easy because you deposit your funds at the beginning when the PAMM account is opened. Here we can write down like this: share price is equal the yield or the rate of returns plus 100. Okay. To count up the shares quantity, we should use formula. Quantity. This is your balance divide on share price. Okay, as I said, to open a public PAMM account, you need at least $300 on your manager's investment account. $300. $300 divide on share price $100 and you'll get 3 shares. Okay. What else is important? Important to know how you or your investors can count up the rate of returns for the period. And to do this, you should know the main formula based on share price or on the return to date. This is no matter, we can count it up in the both of ways. Let's look here. The rate of returns for the period is equal to the rate of returns at the end of the period plus 100 minus the rate of returns at the beginning of the period plus 100 divide on the rate of the period at the beginning, rate of returns at the beginning plus 100 and multiply on 100. Also, we can calculate it through the share price. The rate of returns for the period is equal to share price at the end of the period minus share price at the beginning, divide on share price at the beginning, and multiply on 100. Okay. Let's consider an example. Investor brings money in this point. Here is 120%, meaning that the share price is equal to $220. $220 because the share price, it's the rate of returns plus 100. Okay, and in this point he wants to withdraw the funds. The rate of return is equal to 180% and the share price $280. Okay. We want to know how much percent an investor will get for this period. Let's count it up. The share price at the end of the period, the share price at the beginning, the return to date at the beginning, return to date at the end of the period. Okay, 280 minus 220, divide on 220, multiply on 100. Let's count it up. Okay, here we have 60. Divide on 220 and multiply on 100. In the end, we have 27.27%. 27.27% for this period of time. Okay, here is all. In general, we finished. And now we are ready to open the new one. Slide of presentation and to speak about the distribution of profits and losses on the PAMM account. In general, it's made automatically in proportion of funds that was introduced in the PAMM account. What does it mean in proportion? Let's consider an example. You, as a manager, deposit your PAMM account with $500. The first investor brings $300, the second one $200, and the third one about $500. The profit for the period comes to 20%. And here you can see what does it mean in proportion of funds that was introduced. The first investor will get $60 profit, because $300 multiplied on 20% of the profit for the period, it's $60. The second one will get $40 and the third one about $100. The same as the manager. He will too receive the profit because he introduced funds in his PAMM account. I mean about you. I mean you as the manager. And of course, you will not pay yourself any reward, but each participant of the PAMM account will pay you about, in this example, how much? 30% offer. 30% offer. The reward is paid of the profit of the manager, of the investor. Meaning that the first investor will pay to the manager 30% of $60, it's about $18. The second investor will pay 30% of $40, it's about $12. And the third one will pay 30% of 100, it's $30. In the end, manager will get $60 as a remuneration. You can see it here. Oh, I'm sorry. You can see it here, $60. And $100 as a personal profit. 100 plus 60, this is 160. This is profit of the manager. First investor will receive $42, net profit $28 will get the second investor, and the third one will get $70 as a net profit. Okay, this is distribution of profits, and the losses is the same, but without this part when investor pay remuneration for the manager. In the case of losses, there is no any remuneration, only in the case of profit. Okay, here we are. Let's continue with the next one question. I want to speak with you about PAMM account kinds. There are two PAMM account kinds, public and private. Public PAMM accounts have difference from the private PAMM accounts, and here you can see first of all that the minimum manager's capital for a public PAMM account is at $300, 300 euro or 300 GLD. For the private, $100, 100 euro or 100 GLD. Also, the difference is in the minimum investment amount. For public PAMM account, it's $10, 10 euro or 10 GLD. In the case of private PAMM account, there is any minimum investment amount. Depends on the manager's decision. And a private PAMM account, this is PAMM account for people whom you know. And if you want, for example, to invite somebody to your private PAMM account, you should give a referral link that an investor could transfer money to your PAMM account. A public PAMM account participate the PAMM account ratings from the first day of existence. And here you can see that if you create a public PAMM account, you have a possibility to pass the preliminary filter and get into the first group of the ratings. To reach the first group, you should perform 4 conditions. First of all, your PAMM account should be public and should have a positive returns overall. PAMM account should have a public offer. This is a permission to the investors to invest in your PAMM account, like this. But this is permission for you, in general, to accept any investments. Okay, the next one, PAMM account should be created over 3 months ago. And attention, the manager's capital is no less than $3,000 euro or 3,000 GLD. This is more serious than when you just open a public PAMM account with $300. You should understand that you risk on the par with your investors with all your funds, because all your funds are introduced in trade, into trade. And the profits and losses are distributed in the on your account and accounts of your investors in proportion of funds that was introduced there. Okay, what about private PAMM account? It could never be a public. It could never participate the PAMM account ratings in general. Because of that, you should decide first of all which kind of the PAMM do you want to open. Okay, what about public offer? This is only one thing that's the same between these kinds. For private PAMM account, you should also accept your public offer in the company, that you may accept investment to your PAMM account. To get this access, you should wait, I need to show you. You should open first of all, you should open the website of the company, alpari.com, and then on the company side you can find FAQs in the right upper corner. I'll show you now how it looks like. Here is, okay. Here you should find the PAMM account section, and in the PAMM account managers FAQs you should find 9th point. What documents do I need to activate my manager's proposal? Open it, and here you can find a form to activate manager's proposal. You should write down here your surname and name. Please underline document which you used when you opened the PAMM account. When you open, my Alpari in the company. Also fill in the fields details of your document and registered address. Also you should specify your Alpari number and write your signature and printed name and date, of course. There are 2 ways how you can activate your manager's proposal. And first of all, this is verification by post. You should write down all the things in your application form. Then you should go to the notary and notarize your signature. After that, add your copy of your document to your application form and send it by post to the Belize address. I'll show you now. Where is it? Wait. To Belize. Here is you can find the correct address. This is first way how you can accept your manager's proposal. Approve maybe like this. Okay, and the second way, this is verification via Skype. This is much more easier. Here you can just upload your documents in Alpari and also send a scan or photo of your application form to the PAMM mail. Okay. And after that, the manager of the company will connect with you to approve your documents like this. Okay, when you perform your documents, you can open a public proposal. You can tune it in Alpari. A little bit later, when we will open a PAMM account, I will show you where you can set your public proposal. And now we're ready to move on to the next one question. This is the PAMM account types, and to speak about it, I want to open Forex, metals and CFDs section and trading conditions subsection. Here you can see independent trading and fund management. To see this is in more comfortable way, just we should compare all this PAMM account, all these accounts. Click here, fund management, and here we can see 5 types of the PAMM account that you can open in the company. First of all, PAMM standard MT4, standard MT5, ECN MT4, ECN MT5, and Pro ECN MT4. You can see minimum manager's capital. Only standard accounts have difference between public and private accounts in the minimum manager's capital. Another is you see the same for both of kinds. Also, you can see that minimum investment amount for any PAMM account, any public PAMM account, is $10, €10, or 10 GLD. Floating leverage, it's common for all PAMM accounts from 10 to 1,000. You can see here these figures. Also instruments. If you open PAMM standard MT4 or PAMM standard MT5, you can use 44 currency pairs and 2 metals. This is XAU-USD or XAU-USD, yes. Okay, and instruments for ECN MT4, ECN MT5 or Pro ECN MT4. This is 48 currency pairs, 12 metals, 3 commodity CFDs. This is Brent WTI, I'm sorry, and this is gas. Also, you can use 10 stock index CFDs and 2 cryptocurrency CFDs, Bitcoin dollar or Bitcoin euro. Okay, another techniques settings you can see here. This is spread in point, this is limit and stop levels. So also this is trading settings, execution for standard accounts. This is instant execution. For ECN accounts, this is market execution. Minimum order size and loss, this is 0.01. And also trade size increment, this is about 0.01, and etc. To trade with the company, you should use or MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, independence on the PAMM account that you have opened. Okay, let's move on to the next one question, and I want to back to my presentation and to speak with you about the PAMM account ratings. Now I will show you the principle of the PAMM account ratings. To do it, hover your mouse over an investment tab and click on the PAMM account ratings. Here you can find help on the right upper corner under the ratings. And here, as I said, compilation principle of Alpari's rating. There is 3 stages. First of all, preliminary filter. We have spoken about it before. The second stage, this is assessment of PAMM accounts effectiveness. And to assess the PAMM accounts, the company use these key elements. Returns, leverage use, recovery factor, volatility, age of the account, of course, maximum drawdown, and efficiency coefficient. What is important? Volatility, for example. This is an indicator that's showing the yield movement dynamics within a day from minimum to maximum, and influences aggressiveness. The higher the volatility, the higher the aggressiveness. What about recovery factor? Recovery factor showing that the manager has overcome your historical drawdown. The typical value for the recovery factor is the 1 unit. If recovery factor on your PAMM account is higher than 1 unit, means that's okay. You have overcome your historical drawdown and working with plus results. Maximum drawdown or maximum relative drawdown showing how much percent your investor could lose with you if he have invested on the highest point on the graph and withdraw funds on the lowest. There is also one more key parameter. This is maximum relative profit, and this is in another way, showing how much percent your investors could earn with you if they invest in the minimum point on the graph and withdraw funds on the highest point on the graph. Okay, what else? Account age showing an experience of your experience. Leverage used indicates the risk of the strategy. The higher the score, the riskier the strategy. What else? Returns. We spoke about returns, how to count it up. You have already know. Okay. When your PAMM account is assessed in accordance with the efficiency formula, your PAMM account takes place in the PAMM account ratings. If you perform all these conditions, you will take place in the first group of ratings. If not, you will take place in the second section of rating. Like this. Okay, here we are. And now we are ready to begin analyze a PAMM account profile, monitoring of the PAMM account. Let's open PAMM account, for example, AVP 555. Here is no declaration. Okay, I want to find the PAMM account with all filled tabs. This is very important. Let's see here. Okay, here's okay. First of all, in the top of the profile, you can see return to date. You can see trading results. This is the amount of funds that your investors earned with you for all period time of for all your period time of existence. I don't know, for all your age. Okay. Equity. This is amount of funds that are on the PAMM account at this moment, and you can trade with this. Manager's capital, non-withdrawable balance that can be removed only after liquidation of the PAMM account. I know that you remember this information. Risk level, I said that this parameter, this is aggressiveness, depends on volatility. The higher the volatility, the higher the aggressiveness. Okay, and this is age of the PAMM account. Here is 6 steps: return to date, investments, trading declaration, calculation of expected returns, and discussion. Discussion, this is the tab where your investors can communicate with you. They can ask questions, they can discuss your strategy with another investors of your PAMM account, and also here you can write your important information about the PAMM account that your investors could read it and understand what they can expect with you from your trading. The declaration tab, also this is important source, this is information source in general. If your declaration is not honored, you will not be punished, there will not be a fine. Just remember that this information source is important, because here you can put declared values in accordance with your strategy. And an investor, when they open your profile, they just see that this manager give very useful information for us that we can compare with our investment plan, that we can decide ourselves if his strategy suits for us. You know, this is very important for attraction in your profile. Attraction point. Okay, actual values is next to the declared values. If actual values has hit declared values, declaration is not honored. Okay, the longer the declaration is honored, the better for your PAMM account, because that means your strategy is under great control. Let's say like this. Okay, here we are, and now we're ready to speak about calculation of expected returns. This parameter is useful too. Here you can see predicted return. This indicator based on the previous period, on the average meanings of all profit, all days when it was profit and all days when it was loss. There is special formula, and here we can see that on the 2nd of November 2017 we have 122.45%. But after 1 year, expected, I'm sorry, here is no, wait. Yes, here. On the 3rd of February 2018, the predicted return comes to 155.12%. And deviation range expected can be between 151.7% and 158.54%. Okay, the next one important tab is the trading tab. Here your investors can see the risk of your strategy in general. Let's read this definition, because it's a little bit hard to understand from the first time, but I think you will do it. The leverage use chart shows how much leverage is used on the account, or the ratio of the notional value of open positions on the account to the account's equity level. As I said, the higher the score, the riskier the strategy. And here you can see statistics or basic parameters of the PAMM accounts, of your PAMM accounts also. And we have already discussed almost all of them: volatility recovery factor, maximum daily, maximum relative profit, maximum relative drawdown. Also we spoke about it. Okay. In an investment step showing equity graph, here your investors can see how much money on your PAM account, of course, at this moment and in the previous times. This graph contains also changes of the yield of returns and input and output transactions also. And write down, not write down, in the bottom of the page you can see a funds allocation pie chart. First account, this is your manager's account, and here all investors can could see your funds, how much funds do you have on your manager's investment account, and they can understand your level of risk. Okay, and etc. Another investment accounts. In general, here is 423 investment account. Investment account. Okay, here we are. The first tab, return to date. Here your investors could see return to date graph, yield graph. Also, they can calculate return for the period, for the previous period. For example, 3 months ago, if somebody invests in this PAMM account $100, he would receive 22.2% with this manager. Here is the most important information about the PAMM account. This is multi-level public offer. Here we can see from 9 to 49%. This is levels of proposal. The greater the balance, the lower the percentage reward. Also, we can see trading interval. Here is a month. And time to complete your request. This is request planner. It's accessed around the clock, we can see, and also 30 minutes threshold. Okay, here we are, and now we've finished with the PAMM account monitoring. Now I think you understand what is important when you tune your PAMM account. Now I want to show you how to create in general in the PAMM account and tune it. Okay, to do this, let's move on to the webcam. I think it's more comfortable like this. Okay, and to open your PAMM account, first of all, of course, you should log in to my Alpari. Let's do it together. Capture. Okay. You can open your PAMM account in my Alpari. In the left drop-down menu, here you can find section My Accounts and subsection PAMM accounts. Click on it. And here you can see the first button. This is Create a PAMM account. Click on it. There are a couple of steps to open a PAMM account. First of all, you should choose the type of your PAMM account. For example, PAMM ECN-MT4. And if you want a private PAMM account, you should click here. If you want a public, just miss this point and click on the Open Account button. And account denomination, of course, here, dollars, euro or GLD. Okay. Here you can see the most important information about your PAM account, login, password and server. This is information for your trading platform. Please save it and remember these 3 parameters. Investor's password, you need it for example, if some investor comes to you and say, I want to invest about $100,000 to your PAM account, but I want to see your trading. You can give him this investor's password, server and login numbers, and you can accept that he just look after your trading. Inside your trading terminal, investor could not do any actions, just see on your trading parameters, on your orders, and that's it. Telephone password you can use if, for example, you don't have access to your trading terminal, or maybe some problems with internet. You can call to a company and give this telephone password to the specialist and ask to close your positions. This service works only for closing positions, not for opening. Account denomination, this is USD as we understood. You can download MetaTrader 4 here. This is better, this is more secure to download it from the company site, not from another sources. The next step to open a PAM account, this is depositing funds. Click on it, and here you can see that the first amount that you deposit to the PAM account is your manager's capital, will be your manager's capital, non-withdrawable balance. Because of this, first of all, deposit funds that needs to open a PAM. That you need to open a PAM. Transfer funds from. Choose the account where you have funds, and then click on the transfer funds button. After, you can add more money to your PAM account and to work with these funds in general. But first of all, remember that first amount is your manager's capital. Okay, the next one step, this is creating a PAM account name. You should write it down, but please don't use offensive or provocative language. As you can see, here is written in the name of your PAM account. Alpari reserves the right to exclude appropriately named accounts for the PAM account ratings. Here you can understand that you shouldn't offend religion, nationality, or any person just provocate an aggressive behavior to your PAM account, and just find some unique name for your PAM and write it to this page. Okay. Let's give this name. Summer, come on, 1, 2, 3, and description. As you want. If you want, you can put the name of your strategy here, or your slogan, or some comments for investor. You can do it after you create a PAM account. Because of this, if you don't know now what you want to write down here, just can miss this step and go forward. Activate PAM account. Click on it. Here we are, and commonly the PAM account activation takes no more than 1 minute. Just click on the refresh button, and now we can see what we can see, that our PAM account please, 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 please. Okay, it's activated. Finally, and here we can see 7 tabs that we should tune in this PAMM account. In the header we can see the name of the PAMM account. Here we can add description if you want, equity, investment accounts, requests and accepted compensation. Also you can see in the header of your PAMM. Account overview, here you should write down, not write down, just see information about your account type. You can change it if you want to another, if you have enough money. For example, for PAMM Pro SN and the SN MT5, you need $500, 500 euro or 500 GLD. If you add or if you deposit more funds to your PAMM account, you can change your account type. Okay, also you can increase your manager's capital if you have enough money. Remember that manager's capital only can be increased, not decreased. Denomination USD, MetaTrader login, active investment accounts. Okay, what else? Number of shares. Remember that I said to count up the number of shares, you should divide your balance on the share price. We can see that we deposit $300, yes? The share price at the beginning is $100. $300 divided on $100, we got 3 shares. Okay, and the next one important thing, where you want to receive your compensation, your reward. You can choose transitory account or investment account. Account activated, so also you can show your trading reports if you want, or your trading instruments. Let's move on forward. Here is your manager's investment account. If you want to deposit funds to your investment account, click on this button. If you want to withdraw, click here. You can withdraw all funds that's higher than your balance, higher than your manager's capital, more than manager's capital. Okay. The next one tab, this is investment accounts. Here will be all investment accounts that you have. Now it's only one. This is our investment manager's investment account. The next one tab, this is proposal. As I said, after you provide your documents to the company and you receive exception of your proposal, you should set it in your My Alpari. Here you can make or multi-level or single-level proposal. And also you should choose an investment period. For example, 1 month, and I want add one more level. If an investor brings $1,000, he'll pay about 20%. Okay. After that, after you create your proposal, click on Create Proposal button. Okay. If you want to change something or make a new one proposal, you can do it. Just click here to change something. For example, like the Save Changes, you can stay only one level of proposal, and if you don't need more this proposal, you can make it private. But all investors that begin to work with you with this investment conditions will stay on this proposal. If you create one new proposal, for example, trading an interval about a quarter and multi-level proposal, yes, 25, create proposal. You should publish it if you want that this proposal appear in the at the PAMM account monitoring. Publish it and that's it. This is active proposal, this is not active proposal, but here is state all investors that begin to work with you on this this investment conditions. Okay, the next one tab, this is my partners. Here we can see the button add a partner. You should write down Alpari number of your partner. Also, auxiliary partner compensation. You can see here what does it mean. Your partner will earn from the total compensation you receive from investors. Auxiliary, yes. And acquisition partner compensation, your partner will receive a part of compensation from investors that they referred to your PAMM account. Also here you should write the percentage that is comfortable for you. You should decide from 0 to 100%. This parameter depends on you totally. And then click on the Add Partner button. The next one tab, this is Requests. Requests tab. Here you can see that all rollovers are opened now. You can close some rollovers as you want. You can tune also informer and to receive email or SMS when any investor just make a request for depositing or withdrawal funds. This is free service, you can use both of them. Depends on you, you feel free in this case. Request threshold. Decide from 1 to 30 minutes how many minutes threshold do you want to set on your PAMM account. 20 minutes, for example. Here you can see that Request Planner works by Eastern European time as your MetaTrader. And Request Archive also is here. The next one tab, this is Report. Here you can see, you can not only see, you can choose the period of time and also investment account and to know information about how many requests this investor did for all period of time, deposits or withdrawals. If it's your partner, you can see it here, and how much compensation do you have from this investor. Declaration. You can set it, you can tune it here. Remember that this is very important to do this, and here you just set your declared values as maximum drawdown, maximum daily drawdown, maximum leverage used, and maximum leverage set. And then click on Create Declaration tab. Here you can see also description of your trading strategy. If you want to say something, you can do it here. This is very useful information for investors. Because of this, please don't ignore it. Write down at least 2 sentences about your strategy. Also, you can edit your trading strategy, but in the better direction for your clients, meaning you can't put maximum drawdown 51% now, because you can see that you make worse conditions for your investors. Because of this, you can save these changes, but your new declaration will be considered valid as of today. Or you can just change it for better. For example, 49. Okay, here we are. And now that's all. In general, now I want to sum up our results. To sum up all things that we have learned today. And today we spoke about PAMM-account definition, about PAMM-account key elements. Also today we have known how the process of PAMM-account works goes in general. Also today we spoke about kinds and types of the PAMM-account. We count up the basic formulas, the basic parameters of any PAMM-account. Also today we spoke about the PAMM-account monitoring and what we should pay attention to when we tune our PAMM. And in the end, of course, we have tried to create our own PAMM-account and tune it as we want. I want to thank you that you come today to my webinar. I wish to you the great profits, the good mood, and all the best. Bye.